Welcome. Let's just state the obvious right up front. Working harder just isn't cutting it anymore. We live in a world where traditional skills and basic memorization absolutely will not guarantee you success in the modern workflow. Welcome to this explainer on the Introduction to 3BS, which stands for the three-brain system. To truly thrive today, you've got to fundamentally upgrade how you process information and execute tasks.
So you might be wondering, are those traditional skills enough? The short answer is no way. If you're relying solely on what you can juggle in your head, or on the flip side, if you're blindly outsourcing every single thing to a machine, you really risk becoming obsolete. We need to upgrade our cognitive operating system, and that's exactly what the three-brain system is. It's a framework designed to give you a massive competitive advantage by mastering three distinct brains.
So here's our roadmap for today. First, we'll cover the first brain, human thinking. Then the second brain, your digital vault. After that, the third brain, AI execution. And finally, we'll wrap up with the 3BS learning methods to help you master the whole thing.
All right, let's dive right into section 1, first brain, human thinking.
In this system, your biological brain, your actual human brain, is strictly reserved for one thing, and that is deep, high-friction critical thinking. We should literally never outsource our core thinking, because your human brain is what builds mental models and actually exercises judgment. Now, this relies heavily on metacognitive regulation. Honestly, this might be the most important skill that nobody is really talking about right now. It literally means thinking about your own thinking. In a world where AI can effortlessly churn out convincing but super shallow outputs, metacognition is your absolute defense. It makes sure you stay mentally present and actually notice when your reasoning has gaps.
Look at the huge divide we're seeing in the workforce today. On one side, you have the typical AI user. This is someone who outsources their thinking just to get things done faster. They just want the quickest answer to close out a task. But on the other side is the AI thinker. And trust me, this is who you want to be. An AI thinker uses AI as a cognitive partner, kind of like a brainstorming collaborator or a devil's advocate, to stress test and expand their own reasoning. The AI thinker sits with uncertainty long enough to develop a genuinely original thought. That cognitive discipline, that is your true human advantage.
Moving on to section 2, the second brain, your digital vault.
Because our human memory is, well, notoriously limited. I mean, we've all felt the pain of having a brilliant idea and totally forgetting it 5 minutes later. We absolutely need a shared storage system, a personal digital vault. Now, the crucial part is how we actually structure this. Enter the Open Knowledge Format, or OKF. For years, the tech world thought we needed incredibly complex infrastructure just to give an AI memory. But actually, scratch that, it turns out a simple folder of interconnected plain text files works beautifully. OKF acts as an API for your raw notes and project files, giving both you and your AI a shared, structured map of all your context.
Practically speaking, this flows in a really beautiful loop. First, you, the human, do the deep thinking and capture raw atomic notes. Next, your digital vault safely stores this interconnected context, holding all your frameworks and examples in one place. And finally, the AI reads and executes based on that perfect digital memory. It perfectly bridges your biological brain and your tools, which saves you from wasting your cognitive endurance on the cheap, boring work of just organizing files.
Okay, let's look at section 3, the third brain, AI execution.
If the human brain is for thinking, the artificial intelligence brain is built purely for doing and executing. Andrej Karpathy hit the nail on the head when he said, the LLM is the programmer, the wiki is the codebase, and the model is the worker who maintains it. Your AI brain, which is powered by large language models, is essentially a tireless intern who literally never needs a coffee break. It thrives on taking the frameworks from your second brain and generating output. You don't have to maintain the wiki yourself. You just focus on what goes in and what questions to ask.
When you're setting up this third brain, you generally have two main categories of models to choose from. On one side are proprietary models. These are the heavy hitters, powerful, cloud-based tools hosted by big tech companies. We're talking Google's Gemini, Anthropic's Claude, OpenAI's ChatGPT, and xAI's Grok. On the flip side, we have open models. These are custom-built, privacy-focused open-weight models that actually run locally on your own devices like Google's Gemma or Meta's Llama. Depending on whether you need raw, cloud-based power or total offline privacy, you might run these using the Google AI Edge Gallery on your phone or through software like Llama right on your desktop.
Finally, section 4, 3BS learning methods. Knowing about the system is one thing, right? But how do you actually master the whole shebang? Well, we recommend utilizing different mediums to absorb this pretty dense knowledge however you personally learn best.
YouTube is absolutely fantastic for visual, step-by-step tutorials on getting your system set up. Podcasts are optimal for deep dive discussions on AI philosophy while you're out and about. Websites give you immediate access to up-to-date documentation on standards like OKF. And books? They remain absolutely essential for foundational, deep reading material to truly expand your first brain's critical thinking.
So, what's the grand takeaway here? By combining your first brain's human creativity, your second brain's perfect digital memory, and your third brain's raw execution speed, you literally become unstoppable. You stop wasting your energy on rote tasks, and you stop losing your brilliant ideas. You are fully leveraging the very best of human and machine capabilities, hands down. Which leaves us with a final, pretty vital question for you. Are you ready to upgrade your cognitive operating system? The future does not belong to the people who can just work the fastest with AI. It belongs to those who remain intentional, structured, and self-aware. Step into the future of work. Start building your three-brain system today, and take real control of your creative output. Thanks for joining me for this explainer.